Alright, hello there. Welcome. I'm the Shadow. I present to you a playthrough on Midnight Suns, created by Marvel 2K and Firaxis Games. Now this is the PS4 version of Midnight Suns. Where we left off, we just got done defeating Fallen Venom. It's a good one. So here we go. We're going to continue. Here we go. Go into my manual save. That should put us where we're about to talk to Tony Stark. He had something to talk to us about. That should be where we left off and where we should pick up. Here we go. We'll talk to him.
For what it's worth, I think you did okay out there. You got some decent hang time, even given you were wearing, what, 70, 80 pounds of chainmail? On the Stark scale of reckless yet daring heroics, I give it a solid 6 out of 10. Don't worry, you'll get there. With a little help.
Give her who thinks that could have done better. I picked.
It is doubtful you could have done better. If you could, you would not have raised me from the dead.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't go all rabid zombie demon on me. It was just a little constructive criticism. You did a commendable job, considering you were, you know, reborn yesterday. I couldn't help but overhear Auntie Caretaker over there telling you to get some rest. That sounds like a good idea to me. I suppose I could keep you company on the way, seeing as our rooms are in the same direction and all. Besides, no one should be forced to walk the hallways around here alone. So, here we are. The old room, huh? It's not bad. Functional. Solid construction. Almost cozy. Love the antique furnishings from the early Mephisto collection. Full transparency, Hunter, there's another reason I asked to join you here, other than my abject terror of this entire facility. Stopped here before, while you were out. Wanted to surprise you with a nice little housewarming present. Was all set to write you a lovely welcome note, but I'm fairly certain that wasn't red ink in your quill.
Thanks for the gift, Tony.
I think you'll like it. It's a limited edition.
A limited edition what?
Oh, you'll see. Well, I suppose I should leave before whatever monstrosity that is most definitely hiding under your bed jumps out, rips my face off, and then proceeds to feast on my soul. I'll leave you to it.
May your sleep be filled with pleasant dreams, Tony.
Right back at you. Oh, and if you hear the shrieking of a grown man, please ignore it. It's just me, walking to my room.
Alright, Tony. As you can see on there, I have my friendship levels and all those back to how I think they should have been. The get-go. Here we go. We're gonna open Tony's present. Let's see what it is.
I'm Tony Stark, but if you're hearing this message, you already know that. When I'm not saving the world, I solve the world's problems with technological means, like the one you're holding. I call it the Spark, a secure information and communication device built only for superheroes. It does all the usual, private messages, pictures, and calls for some reason. But it also comes with access to Superlink, a private social network exclusively for your cape-wearing, world-saving compatriots. You might ask, Tony, aren't you just repurposing a failed product from your communications division? If you do, I'll revoke access and let everyone else know you're a jerk. I call it the Wonder Man rule.
To inspect this closet.
There never was enough room for my armor in this thing.
That you have different outfits you can pick. Oh, and we got room upgrades that you can do, which is where the gloss comes into play. That little stuff we won last battle. That's what gloss does. It lets you upgrade your room, buy new outfits. Want this because you do have a pet in this game. I have a pet in real life. So if I had a choice, I would obviously put a bed in my room for my pet too. Put a little writing desk. So I'm all about stories. I'm very passionate about storytelling and story writing and stuff like that. So I would definitely put something like that in there. So we'll leave that for right now. Don't want to bore you with too much of the boar stuff. And I think we have to interact with them. Yeah, here we go.
We were all so happy then.
Then we have this. Aunt Sarah wants me to practice my letters, and so here I am. But every time I dip this pen in ink, I just want more and more to go out beyond the yard into my secret spots. I left my dolls scattered about before the storm, and I'm afraid they're hurt. Do dolls hold grudges? I guess they don't, but I still feel sad for them.
My old journal. Maybe it is time I start writing in it again.
See, perfect. We have a writing desk right here, so you can do it at any time. But you probably won't because I'm controlling you. And yep, here we are. We're gonna go to sleep the first time. This is basically how you save and then progress to the next day.
They are everywhere! We must go back! To where?
The book! Is she reading from the book? Then we advance. No! Hold the line! I can stop her! Only I can stop her! Child.
Charlie!
I know. I missed you too. Let her enjoy the moment. She's been visiting your door every morning for the past 300 years.
Oh, it must have been so hard on her.
Not just her. I suppose that's why I might have been a little curt before.
A little?
You already made the ultimate sacrifice once. Maybe I'm in no rush to see you do it again.
We do not choose our destiny.
But we can choose to duck.
First lesson you ever taught me.
And still the most important. Especially now that you have all these eyes on you.
I have noticed.
To these people, you are a being of myth and legend. A grand hero of old. And they're right. You are a hero. But I also know the battle that rages within your soul. It's not enough that you are a hero. You need to decide what type of hero you will be. I'm sure there will be plenty of opportunity for that in the days to come. For now, I would head to the forge. Our new guests are eager to show you something. This was a lot easier when it was just you and I beheading the Dark Legion as we traipsed through the woods.
Don't forget about Agatha.
I never could. Charlie was restless all night. I should have known something was wrong. We'll talk more later, but for now, Stark has requested your presence in the forge. I think he has another present for you.
You can wait one bit, Charlie.
You have not set anything on fire today, have you?
I also want to mention that the reason why I like this shirt is because I'm a big fan of Iron Fist. One of my favorite characters in Marvel. Like his martial artist
You're
like
looking
background.
stronger than ever, kiddo.
Thanks.
Now?
Think you can tell your friend inside there to turn it up a few hundred Kelvin?
I could. However, it might shatter the containment spell preventing him from incinerating this facility.
I think we're good. And just in time.
The forge has certainly changed.
Right. Caretaker said this all happened after your siesta. What spooky castle would be complete without its own Babylonian demon-powered furnace?
Sumerian fire demon. His name is Babs.
Oh, now it all makes sense. Well, once you get past the esoteric terror of the situation, I've found this thing actually has some uses. Molecular bonding, Breaking down evil gamma serums? Fashion accessorizing?
Yes, speaking of...
Oh, right. It's ready.
Your armor seemed to offer minimal protection against the venom creature.
I noticed.
Yeah, I thought you could use an upgrade.
Well hammered. Well fired. Caretaker did not mention that you two were such skilled smithies.
Yep, I am Iron Smithy.
Perhaps you should just try it on. Still think I could have used a cloak.
Stylish, damn near indestructible, and we even got the size right. Not bad for our first collaboration. You know, I have a great psychiatrist in this.
Alright, sorry. Just want to kind of get away from that. I just wanted to say that I do enjoy that the original suit for the hunter is very nice. I might even rock it for the good portion of the story because I think it's very nice. I like the color scheme, the whole black with a little white on top, then having the midnight sun symbol right in the middle to give you a sense of what this is all about. Still a pretty cool logo. I just really like the color scheme, the way it fits, flows. So for like a original concept of a hero suit, can't get much better. So I really enjoy it. And again, if there's even some like battle outfits that people who played this know about, they want me to showcase or rock, I will. Just let me know in the comments. Any questions you have about certain things, like for instance, anything like collectibles I find. The moon. Moon Knight hides his true identity behind his cloak and shadow. This card represents deception, but also creativity and the unconscious. Those are cool little collectibles, tarot cards. So you can get references to other Marvel characters.
Ah, I see.
Yes, a colored table with books, some of them older than you, being the hunter. She's like ancient.
What is this?
A wooden chest with brass hardware containing glass vials. Can you not read? Just kidding. She can't read. I'm reading. But then again, you would wonder, how would I get to pop up if she didn't already know this? She's supposed to know. Right. Now we're going to speak
You're
to
looking
Tony,
well,
so I'm not going to take too long. Talk to Tony Stark.
I hate to admit it, but somehow this ancient forge puts any arc reactor I've got to shame. Who would have thought mystically bound demon power would be so damn energy efficient? Or carbon neutral? Certainly got that new suit of yours done a lot faster than I expected. Speaking of, what's the verdict, boss?
It's a very nice suit, so I think I appreciate the effort. Yeah.
It is nice having an armorer on demand.
Anytime. I tried to make this version a little less palatable to that symbiote thing. Was this close to making it menthol flavored. But tools are just one part of the equation. You gotta know how to use them too. You were out, what, 300 years before we woke you from your eternal rest? I'm betting you have questions, so ask away, Hunter.
I also want to make sure that anyone who's not too familiar with any of these characters, because I know not everyone's going to be like an avid comic book reader or avid fan of these worlds like Marvel, DC, and etc. that I am. So again, if you want me to ask any of these questions or like anything like that, I will try my best to maybe do them, and you can tell me what you want to see, how you want me to play this game, like certain choices you want me to make, certain outfits you want to wear, etc., etc. So I think we're gonna hit him with this because it's pretty obvious he's having a little iffiness about magic.
Is all this magic a threat to your new technology?
It might surprise some people to hear this, but I do like some things with rules. Isotope decay, magnetic fields, and gamma oscillation make a lot more sense to me than Eye of Newt, bat wings, and a sprinkle of sunshine. At least they did before everything changed.
The main changed because of me and my mother. Why is your best friend a wizard then? Gamma again. You all seem to really love that stuff. I think this is the one I'm gonna pick. So here we go.
But you and the doctor seem to work well together.
Well, no need to put a label on things. The guy is good at making sense of this madness every now and then. He's not talking to his cape.
I think the cape talks back too, so you might be a little freaked out about that. See anything strange around the abbey? I know they're not making a pun on that one, but it just makes me think of a pun, so I'm hitting it just
Seen
because of the
anything
funness.
strange around here?
What, other than my roommate? Boom! Roasted!
He's not even there.
But on a more serious note, this place is legitimately haunted. Mirrors look back at you. My room rearranges itself. And worst of all, magic cats.
A black cat?
Was it suspiciously elusive, even for a cat?
Actually, yes. Thought I was going crazy there for a second, but clearly I'm still firing on all cylinders. It just poofed in next to me out in the yard. Small, black, furry. Cute little thing. Probably some kind of shape-shifting monster knowing this place.
Yeah, probably. And FYI, I love animals. I love cats, dogs, any pet, really. Just like animals in general. One of my favorite things, really. Which is really nice. Okay. Story. Exactly. Let's just figure out what this room is, so people who are not familiar with this one will know.
What sorts of things are you doing in here?
Oh, that's right. You were out a while. Basically, we've got a gigantic demon inside the magic box here that provides near limitless power for whatever we might need. Sounds insane, but sometimes it's easier to just go with it.
Yeah, sure. Sounds amazing.
I am impressed with your resourcefulness.
From where you're standing, I could see that. Still, I doubt I'll be branding one of these with the Stark Industries logo anytime soon.
I was trying to do a little sarcasm there, but I don't think the hunter was going along with it. Alright. What's your story, Tony?
You must have an interesting origin story of your own.
Well, just your typical American boy. Pops was a founding member of the military-industrial complex. Mom, a famous socialite.
Yeah, normal.
Tragedy struck when I lost them both in a car crash, which turned out to be a hit from a rival corporation. I spent my early teens at MIT, trying to clear my head. I was all set to follow in Dad's footsteps as a war profiteer. Then one day, fortune shined on me, in the form of some errant shrapnel that lodged itself just above my heart. So I did what anybody in that situation would do. I built a supersuit and started fighting crime.
Yep. Normal American lifestyle. Yep, definitely. I also really like the Iron Man movies. So glad they exist and birthed what is known as MCU. Even though it's kind of taking a downslide now with a lot of current media. But full of yourself, aren't you? Yeah, we're not gonna ask that. I guess it all worked out in the end. Could go with that. That seems more positive. It's a lot to deal with. And let's look at this. Let's be sympathetic and tell now we understand, because we ourselves struggle with things.
I guess we have all had difficult childhoods here.
Yeah, no kidding. I can't tell you how hard it was to memorize all that at Skrull Sleeper Camp. Just kidding. Or am I?
Reference to scrolls. How interesting. I like that. We're already almost done, so we might as well hit this.
Take it this new version is a technological marvel?
Impact-resistant carbon composites, some patent-pending alloy mesh, and a few touches from Dr. Spooky over there. And hey, the built-in communicator means we can talk to each other without sending a raven.
Oh man, I want you to send me a raven. Ravens are so cool. And so are crows. Which reminds me of my favorite movie, The Crow. Freaking awesome. And when I first watched it, you realize it was actually based off of a comic book, which I had not read, but I probably should. Okay. Yeah, this is me exactly. I don't know what half those words are, but I think there's an insult buried in there. Oh, no, there we go. I didn't read the second part of this. This is more me right here.
So it is a marvel, then?
Lightweight, nearly indestructible, and modular enough for future upgrades. Frankly, I wouldn't have used your old suit to wax the Mandarin's car.
Rude. I'm done now.
Thanks for
Goodbye.
catching me up on things.
Anytime. Oh, and speaking of things, remember that creepy gamma goop you found from that hopped-up Hydra soldier? Well, I gave it a peek, and it explains a lot. If you have a minute, meet me at the anvil over there, and I'll walk you through it. I promise it'll be worth your time.
Alright, Tony. We'll definitely analyze that in just a second. First, I want to go over here and talk with
Ah, Hunter.
Strange.
Word.
Yes, exactly. Someone came over here.
Hunter, your new attire suits you quite well. But how are you holding up on the inside? I know it's easy to look upon me and simply see the universe's utmost authority on all things mystical and macabre, Hunter. However, in addition to being Earth's sorcerer supreme, I am also your doctor.
You mean a physician of the medical arts? You jest.
I assure you, Hunter, I do not jest. They don't call me Mr. Strange, now do they? Except for Tony. Your awakening ritual was admittedly a touch more chaotic than I had originally intended, and well, after a violent encounter with Venom, my oath to Hippocrates compels me to check in with you. Simply put, how do you feel?
Yeah, I feel okay right now. I'm actually very excited for this playthrough. But you're not talking about that. You're talking about Hunter, the person I'm playing it. Right. Sorry. You don't care about my life story. Yeah, I get it. Like a lot of you guys probably don't care about my life story. You're just here for the... Okay, yeah, here we go. Feelings are relevant. I have a job to do. You... I gotta work on those. Yeah, sure.
Physically, I am fine. However, I do feel some...
Grogginess, a tinge of nausea, sense of memory loss upon time of passing, watery or itchy eyes, common side effects when one is pulled back into the light. Believe me, I know. If any other symptoms arise, you can always tell me. Particularly if you develop a craving for brains. I have a cream for that. In any event, I, for one, do not know if I will ever feel 100% again after the events of yesterday. I still can't believe what transpired. The sanctum, all that knowledge. Wanda, lost. Swallowed whole by the black mouth of that foul venom creature. With all my resources, all my gifts, I should have seen this outcome spelled out in the sacred geometry of this universe years ago. But I miscalculated.
This is also something I would say.
I would rather stand down a horde of rampaging Lilin than face one of Agatha's mathematics puzzles. Sacred or not, geometry be damned.
I'd be lying if I said it wasn't my least favorite requirement in pre-med. Still, if only I had studied harder, I would have reached some deeper understanding that could have altered this outcome.
We will alter this outcome, Doctor.
On that, we most certainly agree, Hunter. It's not just the Sanctum Sanctorum that was lost yesterday, it was my protege, Wanda. She is my charge, my responsibility, and I failed her. But I am determined not to let that happen with you, Hunter, which is why I am here to answer any questions you may have. Perhaps my wisdom may benefit you more than it has me thus far.
I agree with Dr. Strange. I am here to answer any questions you, the viewers, may have. I may have a little wisdom, but not much, but there's some, so maybe hopefully it'll be useful. About the Sanctum's words of protection, I'd like to know more about Wanda. I'm assuming if you clicked on this video, you know somewhat about Marvel, so you probably already know who that is, given the grand stage that is MCU. I have to be going now. What exactly is Venom? Again, so we'll ask about the words of protection.
Tell me about your Sanctum's wards of protection. I have never heard of a protection spell that powerful.
In your time, I'm sure you encountered a variety of minor wards and protective spells. The Sanctum Sanctorum was shielded by one such incantation, but greatly amplified by the convergence of ley lines.
I like the way that a lot of comics and stuff break down those scientific meanings, science fictional meanings. Very good. Remind me again about ley lines. You said poke. Let's just go down the row.
And no one has ever broken the spell? Ever?
There's always a first for everything, but I had honestly never imagined a scenario in which the wards could be broken. Perhaps it was arrogance on my part, but Lilith is among the more cunning enemies we've ever faced.
Oh, I guess I couldn't go down the row. Alright, Dad. Okay, I'm gonna be going now.
Let us talk later.
Visit whenever you like. It's not often I get to converse with a true legend.
My bad. I will try to get as many dialogue options as possible. Here we go, we'll do the analyzing.
Now, I doubt advanced gamma thermodynamics was a hot topic at Yield Demon Hunting School, so I'm just gonna give you the condensed version.
I appreciate that.
Closest I've ever seen to this substance is pumping through Bruce's veins. Part gamma accelerant, part unknown element. Calling it coil for now, given its unique atomic structure. Man, I love acronyms. This stuff is more volatile than Nick Fury on a Monday morning. But Hydra doesn't seem to mind.
They are using it to get stronger.
Exactly. A few drops would make your average salamander look like Fin Fang Foom. Thankfully, with a little help from Dr. Spooky and our haunted oven over here, I think two can play at this game.
You are not suggesting we start injecting ourselves with it.
No, nothing like that. Though I can see some future applications for my energy drink line. I was thinking we apply this stuff towards upgrading our equipment.
I like where this is going.
Just give me a little time here and I can whip up some pretty fun toys. How about we give Hydra a taste of their own gamma-powered medicine for a change? Take a look. You're welcome.
This is of course how you get new abilities like cards that you can play in the game. We already have one of those.
I'm pretty sure Charlie left a
Lifesteal.
steaming coil in the hallway. State of
Knockback.
matter, indeed.
Or slash. So we got whip, stake, slash. We obviously see I have 6 of those, 5 of these. So we'll go with this one.
I'm happy to help.
Hunter, when you have a minute, come meet me in the yard.
Well, I just got a blade ability, and now he needs me. He'll also introduce us to something else about the game. This is almost like there's still the tutorial phase, almost, but we're like, well,
Welcome to the yard. At least that's what we're calling it these days. Caretaker put me in charge of your training. Too bad she didn't listen to me yesterday. Now that we know what we're up against, I think we can all use the practice. Any questions?
let's just do this.
I did, but they are about you.
Right when it's time to train? From all Sarah told us about you, she never described you as lazy.
Okay, we'll just
Train
talk after.
first, then talk.
All right then.
Yeah, we'll just train. Any questions you want to ask him, I could probably go to him. Yeah, so you can tell him at any time. So we can ask him questions later. Let's get to
Time
this
to
first.
take it to the next level.
Yes. Alright, this may have actually been a bad idea to do a New Game Plus like this. But we'll upgrade this, just...
I think we've got something for everyone.
We'll just upgrade them, all 3,
New and improved.
just
A
the sake of it.
enhancement. Let us see it in action.
And since we're training our blade, we'll upgrade one of his.
We need any advantage we can get.
And that's how you level up the yard, which can then give you things like Volt Training. Bolting deals increased damage in combat.
Before we trained, you had questions. Go on. Ask.
Here we go. I'm going to do this for now. You guys can tell me if you don't want to see it or not, and etc.
Can I ask about you?
I guess.
Let's just go down the order. Hopefully we can.
Is your name really Blade?
Is your name really the Hunter?
Yes?
Oh, really? Your mom, before she became the mother of demons, looked into your cradle and decided to name her firstborn child the Hunter.
That is how I understand it.
It takes all kinds.
So, is your name really Blade?
No,
What is it?
it's private.
Is it embarrassing?
No, the Hunter, but I only share it with friends.
You do not consider me a friend?
Not yet. Don't take it personally.
I respect that. So I'm the same way a lot. Which is why my code name for the channel is The Shadow. Kind of like inspired by like all these heroes and stuff I watch and escape to. That's kind of what I'm going for, is like a symbol of my own. Kind of like a hero would do. But I'm not a hero, but I'm just saying. It's a symbolism, like a code name like they have. Alright. But I'm a very private person, and I tend to stick to myself a lot. Which is probably why I don't do very many co-op games, except for ones where I have like a few friends I will call close enough to do something with. Alright, you guys don't want to hear all about that. Let's just...
How did you become a Dampier?
You say that like I had a choice. I was born this way.
How is that possible?
A vampire bit my mother. Problem was, I was still in the womb. I'm lucky I was even born. Don't know if that's how it always is, but that's the way it went down for me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. By the way, the first time I heard about Blade was actually with the Blade movie. That went on to make me learn more about him. Because I read a lot of the comics, but I was mostly like family-friendly kind because I was still young at the time. But when I saw that movie, I was like, oh wow, this guy's actually really cool. And I like the supernatural aesthetic that it was going with it and everything. So,
How long have you been around?
I don't exactly know. I think of myself as mid-20s maybe. I lost a lot of time. Much of the last century was a blur. I have occasional memories, almost like coming up for air before being yanked back down into the depths.
What happened?
I killed a lot of vampires. I hadn't lost my mind exactly, but I got into a rhythm and never stopped. Never had a reason to stop. Not until I met Caretaker.
And then?
She gave me a reason to stop.
What brought you to the Abbey?
Caretaker. About 10 years ago, she brought me back to the real world. Gave me a place to stay until I came back to myself.
Did she ever say why?
She said she thought I'd be able to kill more vampires if I was acting on more than just instinct. But I know it was more than that. She gave me safe haven here at the Abbey. Something I'd never known. Must have read half the books in the library by the time I headed out. So when she reached out and asked me to be part of this weird little club, of course I showed up.
Tell me about the Midnight Suns.
All right.
Why did you join? Vampire hunting is a solitary affair.
Guess I never found the right team.
Is that all?
No, but that's all I'll share for now. You really want to know? Put in the work. If I trust you, I'll have more to say.
again, respect it.
What can you tell me about the others?
Nothing. Ask them yourself.
I'm not asking you to break anyone's confidence.
Fine. Which one?
I actually was agreeing with him. I understand why he doesn't want to talk. But let's just go down the list so everyone can get to know all these characters.
Tell me about Nico.
She's the youngest, but she acts like she's in charge.
Why let her act like that?
She's usually right, and she keeps us on track. I didn't think we'd get along, but we wouldn't be the Midnight Suns without her.
What makes you say that?
She has a lot of heart, and that's why we let her. Anyone else?
That's one of the reasons why Nico is actually one of my favorites in this game. Her gameplay is really fun, the way it's built around. And also I like the fact that, like he said, she's all about heart. She does really present that very well in the game. It's very good. That's just like her design. It's really good. There we go.
What about Robbie?
He's exactly what he seems. Well, sorta. He's open with people, easygoing. Sometimes that comes across as dopey, but don't get the wrong impression. He's quick to make friends, and once he does, he's your friend for life. So don't let him down, or I'll hold it against you. Anyone else?
I really like that breakdown too. That makes me actually like Robbie more. I actually didn't really hear that part, I don't think. Oh no, maybe I forgot, but that was really good. Here's another one of my favorite characters in the game.
What do you know about magic?
Keeps to herself.
That is it?
She's a private person. Until she lets you in, that's all you need to know.
When does she let people in?
At her own pace. Respect that, and it'll happen faster than you think. Who else?
See, that gives you a hint to why I like magic so much. It's because she has personality I relate to so much. That's why in this game I tend to draw towards her, because she almost acts like I would in real life. She has a relatable character and personality to me. So that's why I typically end up picking her as part of my top 5 in this game.
Tell me what you think of Sarah.
Well, there are few people I tolerate, even less who I like. Sarah, I respect. She sees the big picture, and we're a part of it. I'd follow her to hell if I had to. And from what I understand, we may have to.
I am surprised she commands such respect.
I'm surprised that you're surprised. You know what she's like more than any of us.
I do.
Anybody else?
I just want to say that I don't really know if the caretaker's like someone from the comics. I'm not too familiar, unless she's like changed her name. Or this could just be like an original concept for the game, like the Hunter is. Someone could let me know to refresh me on if that is someone I'm missing. But I'm pretty sure it's like an original concept.
Nobody else.
Sure.
Original character. Why not?
Do you have any thoughts on the team as a whole?
I think we're the only ones aware of the danger Lilith poses to this world. And I think we're pretty green. But enough training will get us through it. Or it won't, and we'll all die.
Two sides of the coin, I guess. Should have a talk with Two-Face. Oops, sorry, wrong universe.
Sure.
Didn't mean to break the fourth wall so much. Okay.
Like the way you move out there, Hunter. Guess Dr. Strange picked the right supernatural demon hunter to resurrect.
Thanks.
I'm Carol Danvers, but you can call me Captain Marvel. Kidding. Carol's fine. Just thought I'd throw a bone to the Avengers PR team. Not gonna lie, going a few rounds in Vampire Guy's Magic Thunderdome sounds like fun, but we've got bigger fish to fry. Well, not so much fish as that ginormous invulnerable sewer monster that swallowed the Sanctum.
They also do Carl Danvers really good in this game.
Every lock has its key.
True, if only a man-eating alien demon monster hadn't eaten ours. But that got me thinking. Strange, Caretaker, and the rest of the funky bunch can try and magic their way through that shield all they want. If my time as a pilot taught me one thing, it's that sometimes you've got to find a workaround. As in Hydra, they've got to know the way inside. Steve's always said they aren't much for talking. But then again, I'm told I can be rather persuasive when I need to be.
Okay, this might take a long time talking to people, so you guys can tell me if you want me to cut it out or not. If you even want to add it at all. But it does build the character depth, so just let me know.
Just how far are you willing to go, Captain?
Let's just say that I'm willing to unleash the power of a quantum singularity white hole on them if need be.
A quantum what?
You'll see. Find me in the war room when you're finished here. There's a few things we should discuss. Oh, and Hunter? Welcome back from the dead.
Thank you. Oh, and she just disappeared. Now, I didn't know that was a part of her power set.
The gamma signature is completely inverted. The daughter nuclei are being reabsorbed into the parent nuclei, which is impossible.
If the gamma signature from the sanctum is really that unique, Bruce, then couldn't we just...
Sorry, still working out a few gremlins in the system.
Try sunlight, and whatever you do, avoid water.
Wait, you're being serious?
We should be able to track this new gamma signature to its source then, right? I'd do it myself, but we seem to be having a little IT trouble today.
Please. Old Central here is ready to grind through that data like chum.
What exactly is a central?
CENTRAL. Cognitive encryption, net transmogrification. We'll figure it out later.
Sending coordinates now. Hope your gremlins enjoy gamma spectroscopy.
Well, he's been a little moody lately, ever since, you know, the problem with the big old green guy.
I heard that.
Banner can't turn into the Hulk? Not sure if we should be frightened or relieved.
That makes two of us.
Oh, hey. Come on. Happens to everyone. Well, okay, not everyone.
Nice work, Bruce.
I know that place. Creepy abandoned warehouse in the bad guy part of town.
My favorite kind. Anybody up for paying it a visit?
Definitely.
Aw, see that? Teamwork goosebumps.
Find me when you're ready.
Multi-million-dollar piece of experimental technology, and she kicks it.